Society was created to support the 3D fear-based paradigm. And so no wrong or right, no judgment on that. Even the caveman days, right? Where
Yep.
they had to survive. So they had to build a structure where they survived. Somewhere along the way, ego started taking a bigger play, power started taking a bigger play. And then you come into it and you're, regardless of parents being, let's say you had good parents, they were part of that paradigm that
Right.
then subtly said, you must marry the rich man versus the poor man that may not be able to build you a bigger house
Right.
or provide better food for you. And again, that's survival. And again, it's subtle, right? Like when I talk to people, they're like, oh, yeah,
Yep.
yes, that's how I grew up thinking that the more money we had, the bigger house we had, the title we had made us better. And that's the ego play. Not that those are bad things, but you lose a huge amount of your soul because
Right.
it's really ego driven and physically driven. Let's say, oh, how many times have you been to the gym today? Oh, or this week. You hear these comments
Right.
all the time. I lift, how many, weights are you lifting? And that's saying to that person, the physical body, oh, I can't lift that amount of weight. Uh-oh. I don't fit into this paradigm because my physical
Mm,
body may not be able to keep up with, let's say, the strongest person or man, right? Or woman. But I have other things to give.
right.
And I can give it through my soul driven. But yet the old paradigm says, oh, no, this is where you give. And if you're not strong physically or mentally, let's even say intelligence, right? Then you're at the lower part of the spectrum. And that's just not true.
So we're living in this 3D world, which
Yep.
overvalues our physical body, our
Yes.
intelligence. Now
Yes.
you've mentioned this word 5D, five
Yes.
dimensions,
Yes.
and that would take us to a different way to see and experience each other so that we
Yes.
could actually connect at a soul level.
Yes. Correct.
Can you describe that? Because, again, this is likely going to be new for people. And there's a whole bit about energy and frequency and where we vibrate at. And
Yep.
going into 5D, I'm guessing, involves vibrating at higher frequencies.
Exactly. To simplify it, because I do talk to people about this and, it is a new concept or word. I mean, people do understand vibes and now people are talking energy and,
Yeah.
we should live through our energetic being. I think even Tim Cook from Apple said, I live through my energy. I don't live through time. I live through
Mm,
energy, right? I manage my energy.
yep.
So it's all a part of that. In essence, the universe has an energy, right? And so it was vibrating, and the normal person had access to the 5D, let's say, survival energy. Now, let's say those of us who've been on the spiritual path, and we know many of the gurus out there, that have been doing this for a long time, whether you want to say Buddhas, monks, those types of people, they may have had access because they focused their entire life and came in to access higher levels of energy to bring it down. Well, now, for the first time ever, we have access as a universe to the 5D energy.
Say more
Mhm.
about that. What does that mean?
That means a lighter vibration. So even though you were living in tough times and there's chaos abounding, right?
Yep.
And if you believe in the different levels of energy and
Yep.
and we can quantify them, and yes, I again simplify it because 3D versus 5D is easy for people to grasp versus
Yep.
all the different layers. But literally 3D is more dense. And so it's our physical world. And
Yep.
I'm saying, let's live in our soul world, which is 5D. And
Mm,
it's a love vibration. And there's more of that coming in to play.
gotcha.
More people are living that way. The vibration is going that way. And so it's lifting us all up. The negative molecule. So if I were to say something negative, oh, that's, not, that wasn't a very good presentation to an employee, let's
Yep.
say. That negative comment would take 10 positives to outweigh that negative vibration that was sent.
Yep.
So that's how light the love versus fear vibration is. And that's why it's harder to get to that love vibration and live through that every day. But if one of my words is live with intent, right? Live with that focus, that intent, and ask yourself every day, what am I doing? And particularly, what am I doing for my soul? And let's just get it
Mm,
into everyday language, right? People might say, hey, did you work out today? Or, hey, what did you do for your mental health today? Is anyone asking you what you did for your soul or your soul health today?
mm. Oh, thank you for that description. I
Yeah,
think that
is
makes
that
it more
help?
tangible.
I could go into the vibration, but I don't know if this, that's a different conversation, that the vibrations we all live within.
Right.
And I'm trying to simplify it so that we all can just start, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what I'm hearing you say is there's even though it's chaotic and hard and we're seeing horrible things and destructive things in our world, that there is a universal energy vibe
It's a
that
universal energy that,
is going to allow us to have access and to perhaps value
yes.
some of these things that we haven't valued in the past
Yeah.
to the same degree. When I see people, I see this on social media all the time. People write their to-do list or
Hmm.
share, look at all the things that I've done. And it's meant to be celebratory. And I'm like,
Yeah.
great, you're doing all these things. I think of, well, what is your to be list today? How do you want to be?